Now, to help you connect the dots, I'm very happy to introduce the last speaker of this year's summit, which is Pierre Hessler. So Pierre, maybe you can make sense of it all.
Sure. Thank you, Michiel. Yeah, always the easy task at the end of our little summit. And usually what I do is just two simple things. First of all, I thank Michiel, Menno, Sander, Margot, the whole team, and the phenomenal speakers we had, and I think it was truly a privilege to listen to all of these wonderful people. I was personally delighted. So that's the first thing I do, done. And the second thing I do is, I don't know if I connect the dots, but I try to take 24 hours of intensive intellectual stimulation and distill it down into 5 things to do. Not difficult, but it needs to be done. However, this year, the subject of trust is too big a topic to do that. It's too big a topic. It's a topic for us as individuals, it's a topic for our societies, it's a topic for all of our companies. It's too big a topic. Therefore, I'm going to do something different. I'm going to discuss trust and then make sure you do one thing about trust. Trust, by the way, was always important in all of our organizations, right? I mean, trust is not only necessary to be able to work, but it's also a precondition for finding some pleasure at work, because pleasure comes from dealing with people we like, and it usually means people we trust. Now, trust, and this is the main conclusion we can draw from this day of summit, trust is now much, much more important than it ever was. And it takes a central place in our lives and in the lives of our companies. And why is that? And I think it's worthwhile summarizing why trust has become so important. There are 2 obvious reasons. The first obvious reason is that our organizations are connected with so many more people directly, that this is through these direct connections that the trust can be born or can be killed or can be enhanced. So the connectivity of the world raises the importance of trust dramatically. The second obvious reason is that trust is under attack like it has never been, because there are so many technologies, so many things which can kill it in a few minutes. This is unprecedented on that scale and with that speed. So these are the 2 obvious reasons. I believe there is a third reason which might be even more important for our companies. And it is that when you think through what we need to survive in the digital age, there are 2 things which one needs and which most companies don't have. The first one is speed, and the second one is integration. The capacity to integrate everything we do and offer it into a single dialogue with the customer. Now, if you want to have speed and integration and you need it for survival, how do you get it when your organization is desperately siloed? And silos create some trust within silos, but certainly destroy trust across silos. And it is this lack of trust across silos which makes most of us too slow and with great difficulties to integrate. So solving the trust question becomes a survival condition in the digital world because we need to acquire speed and integration. Having said that, I have for you only one recommendation. It's pretty obvious, but it is a massive recommendation nevertheless. And this is that you, each of us, we have to grab that topic and we have to work that topic. That's the main thing. That's the main thing. And if you are a CEO, this is obvious. If you are a CXO, it will be part of your function. And if you are the CIO, you better grab it now, because as soon as there is a trust issue based on technology in your company, you will be the accused. So don't wait to be accused of problems with trust. Grab the trust question and do something with it. Now, doing something with it means developing your own agenda, the agenda of your company on trust. This is highly individual. You know, there is no recipe for a trust agenda. You have to develop it. And developing it will be long, will be difficult, will be a task for every day, but it is ultimately maybe the most important thing you can do. And also, because trust is so important now, it will be the main differentiator, maybe, of your company. Therefore, it does deserve attention also for that reason of competitiveness in our markets. Now, to help you a little bit in this very big task, may I submit to you that there are 3 topics you want to consider while building your trust agenda or the trust agenda for your company. The first one is that someone said there is no mission, talked about mission and it needs to be counted, measured this morning. I think exactly the same is true for trust. You have to develop an accounting system for trust. Trust being your asset, and things you do contributing to that asset or diminishing it, you can have not only a balance sheet for trust, but a P&L for trust. I encourage you to do it, and notably if you are a CIO, you should do it absolutely for each of the new applications you're developing. And actually knowing how to calculate trust comes from doing it. So why not start right away? Second topic, and this was, Ray has talked beautifully about it just now. I believe that having AI in your company without a trust program with it would be the biggest mistake you can make in AI. Because AI is the biggest threat to trust, as seen by some, and for others, the biggest enabler of trust. So you better have the right rules, the right governance for AI in order to make it a contributor to the trust capital of your company and not a detractor. And then my last point, the third point, is actually probably the most important of them. And it is very simple. In order to progress with trust, in order to win with trust and in trust, you need to change behaviors. In Capgemini, we are running a program called Winning Behaviors, because we concluded a couple of years back that we will not succeed and not survive in the digital world without changing our behaviors. And why do we need that? Is because when you think that silos slow us down, therefore make integration difficult, etc., how do you increase the speed across silos? By changing the organization, obviously, which we do all the time. However, there is one fundamental rule in governance and organization, that you do replace silos by silos. Therefore, if you want to increase the speed of interaction between silos, you need to work on trust, which means you need to work on behaviors. So I would submit to you that you want to put the behavioral question on the front burner in your trust executive agenda. So you arrived here yesterday morning, I guess, relaxed, worry-free, more or less. And now you live with a major, largely new item on your executive agenda. I hope you will be thankful to us.